We're into the month of October, and that means time is winding down on the MCAC regular season schedule for men's soccer action. Tyler Crayston, Dan Harrison alongside for today's broadcast. And Dan, yeah, as I mentioned, Bobcats in first place in the standings right now. CMU Blazers, fighting tooth and nail with ACC for that final playoff spot. And yeah, when it gets to be October, I think the intensity wraps up a little bit in the MCAC.
Yeah, everybody's kind of looking for those formations and tightening up all the loose ball action for the playoffs that are coming up. So it'll be interesting to see what both teams show us here today.
Yeah, after the Bobcats lost the season opener, they'd won 6 straight. So they're 6-1 right now are the Bobcats. St. Boniface Les Rouges, they got 4 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw. Providence Pilots, 4 wins, 3 losses. ACC, they got 4 losses and a couple of draws. And then CMU, the Bobcats' opponents today, they have 4 losses and 1 draw. So yeah, things are really tight at the bottom part of the standings there with ACC and CMU going toe-to-toe. And of course, ACC really wants to get into the top 4 because they're actually hosting the conference championship come the end of October as well. And if the playoffs happen to start today, it'd be an all Brandon showdown with a chance to go to the MCAC final. And we saw actually the Cats and Cougars play off on Wednesday here, and it was only a regular season game, but to have the intensity of a playoff match, we almost needed a SWAT team down here. It was intense and probably one of the better. And I kind of thought it this way, Dan, that it was probably the best men's soccer game that I've seen between the Bobcats and ACC ever.
Yeah, and back in my day, I guess, when I played for BU, the games against ACC were intense in the fact that we're both from Brandon and we know each other pretty well, but the games weren't as close as you'd like. So with the new roster for ACC, it really allows the rivalry to kick up a notch and the quality of soccer to come up as well. So that's exciting for both teams.
Yeah, well, you got Daniel and Kevin Lopez that are playing with ACC now. Of course, Kevin's a familiar name to Bobcat soccer fans. He was a conference all-star. He was a futsal MVP as well. And adding those 2 players just really makes ACC a legit contender, in my opinion, to maybe make a run this year in the MCAC postseason. So
yeah, and playing alongside Kevin, he's quite a spectacle to watch and to have on your team. So playing against him is definitely a challenge that BU is going to have to be ready for, and all the teams in the MCAC are going to be ready for. And his brother Daniel is a spitting image of him. So they're both very athletic and very, very good at soccer. So in all positions.
So throw-in's going to be coming up here for CMU, and they control it at midfield. That was Ruffini, number 19 for the CMU Blazers.
And just to go back on Kevin and Daniel, I know both of them played for Team Manitoba this last summer, last 2 years I think. So they were competitive all throughout Canada, traveling all over, and in the States as well. So they're at the top of their game with a lot of their skills really honed in with the practices over in Winnipeg.
Oh, well, Kevin, he was like a lightning bolt on Wednesday. I'm not kidding.
Yeah, he's great with the ball, and he's great without the ball too. So they're definitely a great addition for ACC.
So Jordan Dill has it on the sidelines here for the Bobcats, and he'll throw it in here. Bobcats were on the road yesterday. They won 1-0 against the St. Boniface Les Rouges to keep their winning streak going.
That's a 6-game win streak, I believe, right?
Yeah, and they had lost to St. Boniface September the 10th in the game that you did, Dan.
Yeah. Bad omen, I guess I was that day. But
what did you kind of like? If you could reflect on that one to start the year, what do you kind of think was lacking that maybe the Cats have kind of picked up on here, to go on this big winning streak here?
Well, I know. Kind of as the season goes on, I know everybody kind of tightens up in their position. You get a lot of players that stand out in certain positions and allow the team to revolve around them. And Camille, obviously being the star that he is up front, has allowed for the midfield to tighten up a lot more. not having too many concerns to worry about set plays to get the ball in the net, because he'll put the ball in the net anytime he wants to. So yeah, everybody kind of tightens up in their own position, and then they can worry about a little more complex strategy. So, and I think St. Boniface came out strong, and they had a good idea going into the game of what to do, and BU maybe had a bit of nerves that have since dwindled, as we see them kind of get out of trouble here pretty easily. In the St. Boniface game wouldn't have happened quite as easily.
Yeah, well, Camilo's got 10 goals to lead all goal scorers in the MCAC scoring race right now. He was MCAC Athlete of the Week a couple of weeks ago as well. So he's been pretty electrifying himself as we start the month of October. So CMU's controlling things at the moment here. They try to will their way across midfield, and they will. Liddell in a foot race with Andrade, one of the Brazilian superstars at the Bobcats. Another one of them is between the pipes. That's Mateus Souza, who got the clean sheet on Wednesday against ACC, and so far he's arrived as advertised. Yeah,
and that's an anchor at the back that you can't put a price tag on. Having a keeper that knows his stuff and is smart with the ball and without the ball on his challenges. So I can't imagine what that does for the confidence of BU coming into these last remaining games of the season.
So this is Pankowicz that's going to give this a boot here as this one gets underway at HLC Field.
Can't imagine this will be a shot. I imagine this will be more of a pass.
You're the expert there, Dan. That's why we bring you on board there, buddy.
Well, that time I got it right. But you never know. You never know. Poor finish there. Goes way over the net. Especially CMU, in my experience, has been quite a disciplined team. They stick to their formation quite well. They don't really put too much pressure on you as a soccer team, but when you get into their half, they are very disciplined, and they enjoy staying in their half and are comfortable doing so. So for them to be in the half of BU right now is going to be important for them to put the ball in the back of the net, because I don't think they're going to get too much time in the end of BU today.
Christian Rodriguez trying to spring. Camilo Rodriguez. And there to scoop that one up was Zach Bartel. It's handled by the Blazers. Ahmed Ek-Sharif there to pick it off.
And you can see right now all the white shirts in their half. Nobody from CMU really pushing up top, looking to springboard out. They're all looking to sit back and defend as much as they need to and find that one or two chances to counterattack.
Matt Paul threw that one in, and then Pankowicz uses the header to gain some yardage here for CMU. Andrade with some fancy footwork over to Weeb, and now Ek-Sharif has some open real estate to work with, trying to spring Camilo Rodriguez.
BU doing a good job staying calm at the back. We'll see if they can keep that up throughout the game.
Tapped across into Bobcat territory. Another header by Andrade. Little collision there at midfield.
A lot of loose balls right now. Nobody really settling it down. There we go.
No,
keep the ball on the ground.
It's kind of like the hot potato here.
Yeah.
There's Jordan Dill, the veteran Bobcat. And Wood makes a nice pass. Here goes Sam Wetstein. And Wetstein to Camilo Rodriguez. Can he win a foot race? A little.
Looks like it'll be a corner for BU here.
Shoulder to shoulder there.
You can see the greediness of Camilo coming out there. Teammate beside him, he decides to take it. Why wouldn't you when you have so many goals this season? That's the kind of striker you need. Somebody up front who wants to put the ball in the net and isn't afraid to take the chances when needed. So this will be curling into the goal.
And there's the header, and right into the waiting arms of Mr. Bartel.
CU looking to play it up slow, hopefully to string a couple passes together, or just boot it up, find the open man, which was right on their foot.
There's Weeb. Weeb to fellow Morden product Zach Wood, and Wood will spring Camilo Rodriguez. Again, going shoulder to shoulder, and Bartel jumps on top of it.
Good defending there by CMU. Camilo, looking like a little too rough on Camilo's end there. CMU are going to have to probably keep 2 or 3 at the back to deal with Camilo throughout this game. They've already committed 2 for sure. So we'll see if that continues or if they can handle him and send one of their defenders up offensively.
It was Kareem, number 23, that had it at midfield for the Blazers, and Wood trying to connect with a teammate. Sharif taps it a little bit further, but now the Blazers will control it. Pankowitz trying to get around Sharif, and Sharif wins that showdown. There's Wetstein over to Camilo Rodriguez. And glued to Camilo is Noah Schindel. Now Bobcats first place, winners of 6 consecutive games. The other end of the spectrum, the CMU Blazers team, trying to get into the top 4 to qualify for that conference championship. With the regular season winding down, they're battling ACC right now for that spot. And there's Camilo Rodriguez. Yeah, he's got first place on the brain. Got maybe a second straight championship on the brain too. Camilo Rodriguez now has 11 goals on the season.
It's a finish with his right foot as well. So he is somebody who's ready to score with his head, both feet, any part of his body to put his team ahead. And that was a play made by Sam Widstein and kind of complemented by Mr. Haywood and Woods. So those 3 are going to be crucial for BU in the middle to control the game and to spring Camilo whenever they see fit.
I would like to know what would be the MCAC men's soccer single season goal scoring record.
I think it's been set by Kevin Lopez. I think it was, I don't know exactly. I would imagine probably low 20s when he was on our team, because we had a couple games against ACC that were, I think the highest we got was 20-0. So he would have put quite a few in the back of the net.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Camilo just seems to, he's got oozing confidence anyway.
Yeah. Long gone are those days of 20-0. So I think Camilo's going to have a tough time beating that record, but I don't think he's going to be too far away with how many goals he's already put in the back of the net.
Well, you know, this game's on WCG TV. It's on the Bobcats YouTube channel, and you can certainly bet that ACC is going to be, if they're not playing anyway, are going to be watching this one because, and you know what, and I said this on the broadcast on Wednesday, Dan, that, you know, I don't really want to sound like a homer, but in some respects I guess I do, that, you know what, to see a Brandon ACC semifinal match here in Brandon would be pretty cool.
It would, definitely, yeah. And they've worked hard. Their program has developed through the years. They definitely deserve to be there and to host it and to be playing on home soil. So that would be quite the sight. As somebody who's kind of been with the program for a while, I'd love to see it as well.
Yeah, and of course, if you win the MCAC championship, you go to nationals. You go to Langley, BC on the men's side.
Make a little vacation out of that.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good, doesn't it? Yeah, it was pretty cool to see BU make it there last year. Of course, the first ever MCAC team to do it, with us being now a full-time member of the CCAA. And
there's a lot more to play for these teams now. It's not just a matter of bragging rights, but it's a matter of making it to nationals, maybe even pushing it further to professional or semi-professional teams where you can make a bit of a living off of this. So,
well, you know what? I think it really helps legitimize the league for sure when you got, that big carrot kind of dangling there being, a trip to nationals for sure. And
yeah, and it's not just the players that are going to be put under a bit more pressure and have a bit more to strive for, but the coaches as well. So we're going to see a lot more of these imports from other countries coming in, and really bringing up the level of the conference and soccer overall here in Manitoba.
It's back with Souza, who made his debut with the Bobcats on Wednesday, and very aggressive going after any kind of loose ball that goes anywhere near his perimeter. He's going after it. And I think he's sporting a little bit of a black eye from what I've heard, because he went out and raced for a loose ball and actually collided with an ACC player on Wednesday. And yeah, he's got sporting a little bit of a shiner already, but that's the sacrifices you have to make saves in the MCAC, Mr. Harrison. Something you know all well and good about.
Yes, it's you do what you can and do what sometimes you don't want to do, but something that has to be done if you want your team to succeed. Black eyes are part of it. All other bumps and bruises come with the job description as well.
Well, didn't they call you Dan the human battering ram Harrison?
That sounds about right, yeah. Yeah, there was a couple games that came out pretty battered and bruised.
Yes. You know what? Beautiful day today. I was actually in Winnipeg last night for the Manitoba Basketball Hall of Fame induction event. Sean Gray was inducted, a member of the '96 National Championship men's basketball team, so he went as an individual. And it was a little this morning, and I was worried it might be a drizzling or what was going to happen, but boy, I tell you, the soccer gods have blessed us today.
Yeah. Yesterday not so much, but today, beautiful day. Bit of a breeze, lots of sun. Great day for soccer.
Sharif back over to Mr. Chabadi. And Nate sends that one sideways.
So we'll see what Brandon decide to do here, as they've been playing up through the middle quite a bit and now trying a long ball over the top. I think they're just keeping CMU on their toes. CMU doing the same thing. Teams will take note of what's been working, what hasn't, and push it a bit more as the game progresses.
Andrade header out of play. Yeah, just past 17 minutes. You're watching the game either on WCG TV or on the Bobcats YouTube channel. WCG TV's been covering the Bobcats for 30 plus years now. So we really appreciate their ongoing support of BU athletics. Throw in by young Carter Weeb. There's Zach Wood. Nick Shreve tapped it up.
A miscommunication there in the middle.
Header by CMU as the Blazers look to reply here. Here goes Sam Wetstein. Thought he was in a burst across midfield.
Good idea there by Zach. Just puts it to the wrong jersey.
A chance at it, and Souza soaks it up.
Handled that beautifully. Some of these fields can be a bit rough in terms of the bouncing of the ball, but he gobbled that up for no rebound. Good battle over there in the corner.
Yeah, Souza's been really impressive so far.
Be another shot here, another gobble up. He'll eat that all day. BU can keep those shots coming from outside the 18-yard box. I'm sure he'll be a happy camper.
Yeah, you'd think that it would take him a little bit of time just to kind of get into a bit of a groove, but he's really kind of made the transition pretty easy so far. Here's Carter Weeb. Weeb and Penkowitz went shoulder to shoulder.
Good defending there by Penkowitz. Timed that tackle beautifully. Is this a foul? It is a foul. Weeb a little confused, as am I, as to why that was the call. CMU looking to probably, I was going to say bomb it up, because Brandon's not afraid to pressure in these situations, so we'll see if they can maintain control. They do, but here's the pressure from BU paying off with the turnover now. Haywood.
Wood puts it sky high. Camillo trying to get there. It's at the feet of Zach Wood.
So the pressure from BU there. It's a delicate balance of too much physicality and not enough. But enough to just win the ball, but not upset the referee with how you do it. So we'll see if Brandon can keep up the pressure. They love pressuring high, creating turnovers and scoring opportunities from those turnovers.
So here's Haywood with some room to work with. Doubles back. Andrade. Got it over to Weed. Weed was walking the tightrope there.
Bankowicz with another great tackle there. Well timed.
Going to Wood. Wood trying to make a move here. And back with Wood one more time.
Another good defensive effort there. Results in possession, actually. He gets the last bounce off of Zach Woods. So we'll see now if Brandon can maintain pressure and create another turnover as CMU refused to get it out of play quickly.
Oh, we got a touch there.
Handball, it looked like. Lucky bounce for CMU.
So that one's up and away. Andrade there to greet it. And Wetstein as well bats it out of thin air. Then a header by the Blazers.
Good idea there by CMU, trying to use the outside as Weeb is caught up.
Andrade over to Chabati. Jordan Dill. Oh, picked off by CMU. Dill hits the dirt. Over in the corner now, Chabati, and not sure who it is of CMU getting caught up in the barbed wire over there in the far corner.
Yeah, that's a good battle for both players there. Chabati a little too physical for the ref's liking. So this will be an awkward free kick from the far sideline. I'd imagine this will probably be a half shot, half cross. So CMU here will be happy with a shot on net, or even just a shot that lands somewhere inside the 6-yard box. And we'll see the prowess of Souza. A lot of people outside the box here for CMU, so they're probably looking to make quite a few runs in. Throw off the timing of the BU keeper. I like the wall here, 2-man wall, just to prevent any sneaky short side shots.
So up and away, went off Wetstein. Haywood tries to get it out of dodge. Haywood in a foot race. That one's out of here.
So far, BU being quite aggressive in the air has really helped them defensively get out of trouble a couple of times, and the few chances CMU has had.
Sharif's got to move it and does. Across the field to Weeb.
Good effort there.
Yeah,
Pashowitz keeping that in.
Yeah, avoided crashing into the broadcast table here as well, which is always a plus. Weeb controls it. Lost it though. And it was Cedric Cote, that made the play there for the Blazers. Back up and across again. It's with Jordan Dill. Dill's got some time.
I was ready to call that move that Jordan Dill just did. He has a signature crossover whenever he has time and space. He lures the defender in and then does a quick crossover and sprints by you.
Yeah, he should trademark that move. He's done it enough times.
So this is one thing that has not worked out for BU, is dumping it deep from their own end. CMU is dedicated 3 to 4 defenders at the back, so they have not won the aerial battle that comes with a deep bomb.
There's Wood. Yeah,
they're relying on the turnovers, which haven't come. There's a bit of a physical.
Yeah,
shoulder to shoulder.
takes a tumble, and that was Kareem number 23. He wasn't afraid to throw the body around here at HLC Field as we get into about 25 minutes of the first half here. Andrade just goes with the shortcut to Sharif.
Andrade has already made quite an impact from what I've seen. His body feigns and his great block. That's going to leave a red mark though.
Yeah, Camilo had his eyes lit up like a Christmas tree there, and here we go right back the other way with the Blazers trying to reply and tie this thing up here. Camilo Rodriguez has the opening goal here.
Good tackle there by Weeb.
Yeah, Weeb's been steady, been a very steady player throughout 7 games here.
Here's Camilo's speed coming out. Great job by the keeper to come out. Looked like a bit of a handball that the ref didn't quite see. So we really saw the speed of Camilo, not only the finishing ability, but the all-around athleticism.
Little give and go between Wood and Andrade, and we just lost the handle on it at the last possible moment. Penkowitz trying to find the edge over Weeb, but it's into the crowd.
Guess who it is again? Andrade everywhere on the field, making all the right decisions. As I was saying, his body feigns and his body fakes, I guess, would have been quite effective in causing CMU to second guess, keeping them on their toes with what he's about to do.
Well, you know what? When you kind of look back on the history of it, I'm talking about BU athletic, program as a whole. When men's volleyball was really starting to make their move, they built it with that pipeline through Australia and all. Maybe we're going to have this Brazilian pipeline that's going to lead us to the promised land.
Yeah, we've had a couple players from Brazil and South America, Central America, and one from Norway come in and make a huge impact on the program. So I think it's going to be pretty soon where we find a good pipeline, I guess, for new recruits. Brazil so far has been very nice to us.
So a throw in here for the Blazers. There's a header, and just kind of there for the taking, and Souza not going to leave anything to chance and picks it up. Dill, long lead pass. Christian Rodriguez.
One man to beat, and he does, and this is going to be a cross right over to Camilo and see what magic he can make. Just over his head, though.
Yeah, Christian made a nice move there along the sidelines and went around that one CMU player and got it right towards the net.
That's why it is so impressive when there's a defender and attacker one-on-one and the defender wins the duel, because it's very difficult as a defender to win any sort of battle.
That was Cote that had the double back for the Blazers. It was with Matthew Paul for the moment.
Bit of a miss hit there.
And
CMU can't afford these. Yeah, there you go. Luckily, that was right at the keeper. Zach Woods regretting that shot decision.
Yeah, Bartel was equal to the task on that one. Caught him right in the bread basket. Green tried to move it up.
CMU loving that give and go on the side there to get out of trouble. They've used it quite a few times on this side and the far side when trying to break out.
Now they're kind of wedged over into the corner there, and right now Christian Rodriguez has it. One nothing for the Cats. And the goal by Camilo Rodriguez, who now has a league-leading 11 on the season.
Haywood there with a giveaway that's allowing CMU to counterattack here. Open space through the middle. Good tackle, though, to prevent it.
So Blazers will try to get something cooking here. Right at midfield. Trying to make a decision here. Decides to double back a little bit more.
Oh, unfortunate. Miller was right there. Oh. And that is the turnover that BU is looking for through that pressure.
Yeah, we've got a yellow card.
Could have been worse. That could have been last man and a red card. Luckily, CMU pick up the yellow and a warning. This will be a free kick, probably just outside the range of most players. Let's see if anybody wants to go for glory here. I imagine Camillo probably would.
Well, it's been a busy stretch here for the Cats too this week. They played Wednesday, they played yesterday on the road, and now back here again. So that's how quickly the season winds down on us.
Referee probably just having a chat, letting them know no more of that. Writing down his number. Walking out the space. I imagine this will be a four-man wall, maybe even 5 if the keeper really fancies a shot here. Camille being left-footed really adds a different dimension to wall making for a keeper because we're so used to that right side.
Rodriguez lets it fly. There's a deflection.
Oh.
That was a heat-seeking missile that almost found the back of the net. Kind of tough to tell from this angle just how close it came, but it was tracking.
Yeah, and that was a beautiful shot, just catching somebody's, I think, back, causing the deflection. Would have been tough for the keeper to handle as well, as it probably would have dipped and bounced just before getting to him. Those are the worst type of shots.
They got Zach in the middle there, the goalkeeper. You got the other two Blazers there surrounding those far posts, and Bartel picks up that one.
Good job, Bartel grabbing that. No rebound because BU was waiting there. Definitely an attempt on goal to score there from Camillo, 100%. But Bartel doing a great job scooping that up.
Cote 5, he had it there just for the moment. Now kicked up and across. With some speed there was Ajaya. Thought he was maybe going to be home free there for a moment. Andrade moves it over to Wetstein. Now
Beautiful
a little give
pass.
and go. Here goes Wetstein, the Bobcat captain.
Well-timed tackle there, just before Wetstein trying to cross that over to Camillo. Christian Rodriguez coming in on the far side as well. If it does go over his head, he's there to make a play.
Wetstein throws it in to Haywood.
Oh, this will be a corner now. So we'll see if BU continue to test the hands of the keeper, putting it close to him, or if they want to try and land this just outside of his reach.
So Haywood ends up
Christian.
of Mr. Christian Rodriguez.
There's an example of somebody not being greedy. Had enough time and space to take a shot, decided not to though. And both have their own place. Sometimes it is good to be greedy versus make that extra pass.
And Zach Wood was swarmed there.
Yeah, a little frustration coming out by Zach, knowing that wasn't a good turnover to give. Now it gets CMU down the field a bit.
So right down the sideline, ends up with Chubati, and Chubati chops at that one. And Wetstein is in hot pursuit.
3 defenders around him, and he's still maintaining the ball and keeping possession. Camillo now.
Now Haywood in the vicinity for Wood. Weeb will double back here. Yeah, Sam Wetstein was a one-man show there for a while. Andrade, can he make a move? He does to Haywood.
I was watching Andrade's face the whole time, and he was calm, cool, collected. Something you want to have in a central defender.
Sharif taps it. Now it's thwarted by CMU. But Camillo right there again, and there's a shoulder hit.
That's a gift for CMU. BU was trying to pressure them into the turnover again, and now the foul allows everybody to push up into BU territory.
Yeah, it kind of felt like Brandon had the momentum there, and that until that happened.
They're going to have to find that balance I was talking about of nothing too rough, but also creating enough pressure to get the turnover. More often than not, they are able to find that balance and have created plenty of turnovers.
You got a whistle here before this one gets thrown in.
That's for the coach of Diego Rodriguez to get over to his bench. I know BU ran into some problems that first week or second week with quite a few warnings from the referee and eventually a yellow card.
Yeah, they kind of something similar was cooking on Wednesday there too. Can we get something cooking here on the CMU side?
Good attempt.
Yeah, Diego doesn't need a chair, you know.
Yeah, he's quite an active guy. I play with him on my senior men's league in Winnipeg, and he's all over the field, so I can't imagine how him trying to sit down.
Well, you know what, when he's only been, not even a full year removed from playing and all,
yeah,
I'm sure it's not easy that, you still want to be out there.
100%, and his brother being the striker on the team now and in more of a captain role, he's definitely more invested as a coach than most.
A little bit of a tangle up there. We had another whistle on the play.
I got another gift from BU to CMU. Gift wrapping that with a bow on top. BU was sprung down the field. Now CMU get the ball back in BU territory, and they're about to put it deep.
There's a hefty kick by Kareem. Souza rising to the occasion one more time. No chinks in his armor so far here.
And it's good to have these little shots and chances to get your touch on the ball as a keeper. Sometimes they're few and far between.
And Camilo in a foot race. Diemo and him greet each other with a little bit of physicality. That one's up and out of play.
Camilo testing the physicality of the CMU defender there. Demo, and losing, I would say. Falling to the ground.
Sharif hoofs it downfield. Wanted to find Christian Rodriguez. Now it's back at midfield again for Mr. Jordan Dill. And Christian Rodriguez, a little water bug, is trying to get through those CMU Blazer players, and he almost did it again, done it a couple times so far in this opening half. Bryson Haywood kicks it back over to Wood. Wood trying to make his move. And he got tripped up a bit. And Sharif, a little bit of reinforcement there. Sam Wetstein almost found the edge. Kicks it off a Blazers player and out of play.
So BU looking to spread the field. Those quick switches when they can have been really effective. CMU's been really trying to bog down one side of the field. We'll see what happens here. Last corner kick was a bit high and long, so this one a bit better. Camilo in there.
It's right on the doorstep.
Cleared off the line, I believe.
Yeah, Blazers dodging a major bullet there. That kick goes off the back of Matt Paul. Yeah, that was right there for the taking. And then cleared out of harm's way. This kick is up, looks good. Camilo Rodriguez was right there.
Beautiful ball, offside anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered, but right on top of Camilo's chest. That was perfect.
Yeah, Bobcats starting to buzz here again.
We'll see if they continue putting on pressure high up the field. As soon as CMU get this ball, I imagine Camilo's going to start pressuring. The only way CMU has been effectively able to deal with that is by kicking it up nice and high and far.
A foot raise for it. Andrade, just kind of maybe sensing a little bit of danger there and just kicks it out of harm's way.
So we'll see what way CMU decide to create a scoring chance here, if they want to keep it out wide or play it through the middle.
Paul throws it in, header by Hek Sharif, and Kareem had it. Still does. Dishes it off to a fellow teammate in Katembo. Christian Rodriguez, and Wood gets collided into there by Kareem. And a little 2-on-1 break was potentially going to break out there.
And the ref decided to play advantage with the tackle that happened earlier there, so luckily Camille had a touch there to continue the play, and now gets a handball about 40 yards out.
About 5 minutes to go before the break.
And his last free kick looked to be on target, looked to be like a screamer. We'll see what happens here, if another deflection prevents a quality shot, or if he decides to lay it off.
Rodriguez on track it again, and just a little bit outside.
All right, BU set to put pressure after this pass goes, but it's a long one, so it kind of cancels out BU's game plan, and now CMU's off.
Here's Pankowitz waiting for reinforcements here. Andrade in his grill as well.
Ooh, good idea there. Decides to chip it over to a teammate. Teammate not on his wavelength. And that's tough. That's a left-footed shot as he crosses over centrally through the field. So your momentum's definitely carrying you, so putting a shot on that there is tough. So interesting from him to just chip it over. Teammate wasn't quite on his page though. Had he been, it would have been sprung wide open.
Souza's kick is up and away. Wetstein trying to track it down. Andrade is there. Over to Weeb. Again, walking that tightrope, and we'll double back slightly.
And you're seeing CMU happy to sit back right about three-quarter field. But these deep balls are countering the...
Up and out of play she goes.
Oh, I can't get it. It's behind me.
So young Carter Weeb throws it in to Andrade. Now to Wood. Hek Sharif. Liddell had it. And we got another whistle.
Camillo a little too aggressive there with his arms. Ref saying created a disadvantage. Great ball in. Just offside as the flag goes up.
And Souza watches it sail out of play.
So CMU happy to sit back and let BU bring it up about a quarter of the way up the field before pressuring. And that really allows them to sit back a bit further, so if BU decide to play it high and far, then they're set and already in position. Like this should be contested.
Square off the chest of the Blazers player. Chipped up and across, but not going to get over there with Hek Sharif waiting in the wings. Haywood, Christian Rodriguez. Here he goes again.
Beautiful crossover there by Christian Rodriguez to get a bit of space. Luckily the cross was blocked there by CMU.
Kareem. Haywood trying to cause the turnover. Kareem again one more time for the Blazers with this opening half winding down here at HLC Field. Shabatti. Pankowitz was there.
Oh. One of the reasons or ways that teams kind of improve throughout the season is just being able to find the right spot at the right time to get there. So, especially in the midfield here, Zach Wood and Haywood and Whitstein are all finding spots to be in, and it just happens to be at the right place at the right time. They find those loose balls, and as a defender, that's something that's a bit harder to do because The attackers are a little more intentional with where they want those loose balls to go. But Andrade is doing a great job of finding those spots already.
Haywood's getting up and around Kareem. And Souza lets it go.
Deciding to slow the pace of the game down. CMU's been putting on the pressure late in this first half. So now he's taking his time allowing BU to regroup before getting the ball back in.
And there's the double whistles. So Camilo Rodriguez with his MCAC leading 11th goal of the season. The only marker so far. At halftime, Bobcats lead the CMU Blazers 1-0. They got the noisemakers out. I don't know if our camera crew got it or not at the beginning. Got that siren, that wailing siren going.
Yeah, that's
a nice sound.
The right time, that thing could be quite the hype master.
Yeah, I think it's all pedal operated, I do believe.
Oh, so they can go all game.
Oh yeah, put her to the floor and there you go. Bobcats have really been putting things to the floor here. Winners of 6 consecutive games after dropping that season opener back on September the 10th. They got all the momentum right now, leading the MCAC men's soccer standings. 6 wins and a loss. For their opponents, the CMU Blazers, they're battling the ACC Cougars for that 4th and final playoff spot. Conference championship will be hosted in Brandon. ACC's got the rights to that. So an interesting race for the 4th and final spot, and Bobcats trying to maintain their place atop the MCAC mountain as we start the second half here. Tyler Crayston, Dan Harrison alongside. Camilo Rodriguez now has 11 goals to lead all goal scorers in the MCAC. The only goal of that first half, Dan. And you know what? Bobcats had some different chances and whatnot, but I think they got to be pretty pleased with how that first 45 minutes went for them.
Yeah, a couple giveaways that were a bit questionable there, but their game plan overall is definitely effective. They're creating high pressure. As soon as CMU has the ball, they want to have somebody on them and creating turnovers and want to score goals off of those turnovers, and that's exactly what happened on the first goal, and they had about 5 or 6 good chances after that as well. So their game plan is being executed pretty well, and CMU is, I would say, executing their game plan well as well, trying to sit back and let BU come, but get them on the counterattack as they get a turnover, as they win a ball from a defensive battle.
Got Rodrigo Melgar, number 11. He's starting the second half here for BU. Jordan Dill in a foot race with Aquino. Mateus Aquino. Souza making a save. That was spinning right on the top of the head of Liddell. Diving at it is Souza. Man, Souza there again.
Great goalkeeping there by Souza as he's all over the place. Up and down and flailing his body in any way he can to be in front of that ball. Started off with a great challenge, and then he had another diving save, and then a third diving save in midair.
And you know what, Zach Wood, such a great teammate, goes over there and gives him a great big bear hug.
Yeah, he's got to feel good, and the team as a whole know that they have an anchor at the back that they can rely on. He's not going to stop everything, but he's going to do his best to get in front of anything that comes his way.
Yeah, well, I think, Dan, you know what, going into the year too, because you had Ryder Anthony that was an MCAC All-Star last year, goalkeeper, suffering that long-term injury and all. So, that was going to be a big question mark, I think, for the Bobcats, and as they, were hoping to, defend their championship and all, who was going to be the goalkeeper. And, they had Morgan Terry do it for a little while. Johnny Cohan as well, who was actually the MCAC Athlete of the Week, actually, for his efforts and kind of filling that spot. And, when you got a guy like Souza in there and you can see the athleticism in him, man, that's got to give the Bobcats an even bigger boost of confidence as we head into the final month of the regular season here.
Yeah, and just somebody who's familiar with that goalkeeping role, somebody who's obviously trained in Brazil for it, as opposed to Johnny and Morgan, who are both outfield players by nature, and kind of stepped in the role as a favor to the team. Just having somebody who's familiar and effective in that position is huge for BU there. And now we're seeing the pressure from BU in the other side of the field as Melgar now replaces Camilo Rodriguez up front. We'll see the different play styles that they have.
Yeah, Bobcats have a lot of good depth too on the roster too, and guys that are proven players and guys that have that championship experience. And then when you add these Brazilian stars, it just adds another layer of thickness to get through adversity and different challenges as well for the Bobcats.
Yeah, definitely. And even though you might have championship experience, you might not have the personal skill that others might have, and vice versa. If you're a brand new player to the team with a lot of skill, you might not have the championship experience. So now's a great time for the team to meld and see if they can create a dynasty, if you will.
Yeah, Zach Wood, he was hoping to get back on the scoreboard here for BU. He was racing out towards that one. Just out of his range. Again, it's controlled by Zach Bartel of the visiting CMU Blazers.
So one thing that CMU did well here is to get out of trouble has been to play a short pass, lure BU in, and then play a nice big bomb up the field. Here they choose just to short pass it all the way up, and it's caused a turnover for BU. So
Christian Rodriguez over to Jordan Dill. Dill trying to find the edge, putting it towards the front of the net. Out of play though.
Good idea here. So we'll see what happens here for CMU if they decide to go with that same short pass to lure BU in and then play it up the field with a high kick, or if they decide to do those short passes.
Dill racing. Oh, Dill, a little slip and slide action from Jordan Dill.
It's like his shorts are falling down. I think he tore the drawstring from it.
From Bermuda is number 15, Jordan Dill.
A long-time player for BU. I think this might be his final year. Definitely an anchor in the locker room as well as on the field. A great guy overall. Hilarious personality.
Oh yeah, he's a character. Yeah, we love Jordan on campus.
We'll see how he deals with that no drawstring.
Yeah, let's.
Looks like he has one hand on his shorts, keeping them up.
When that used to happen to me on the farm, I would use baler twine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes that can happen to you on the farm.
It's an innovative way to solve your problem.
But the only experience stuff I can add to this broadcast, because you're the soccer expert and I'm the farming expert, Mr. Harrison.
The drawstring expert.
Exactly. Here's Melgar. A good kick at it, and that's square into the red basket of Bartel.
Great job by Bartel. No rebounds. I don't think anybody was there to threaten him, but always good practice to scoop it up and get away. So here again, CMU deciding to play it short passes to get out of trouble, and it's working until now. BU's got to be a bit quicker hopping on those to look for a turnover. It always takes a little bit of time as each team implements some new strategies that they believe are going to be effective in the second half. The other team has to take some time and adjust to it. So I imagine both teams will settle into the half here in the next couple of minutes.
Dill kicks that one sky high, and then there's a whistle on the play.
Foul against BU here. I didn't catch that, but not sure the players understand either. Everybody's just kind of looking around. Looks like it's going to be a three-man wall here. Seems a bit far out for any type of threatening shot.
This is what I'm really noticing about Sozi. You can already kind of see him out there kind of quarterbacking.
Yeah, I imagine he might go back just to readjust after the ref gives the length of how far away the wall has to be.
So that kicks up and away, turning a little bit off the mark. And here go, thought the Bobcats are going to break across. Wood will send it over to Haywood. It's at his foot. Oh, yeah, that was Rodrigo Melgar would have been on the green mile there if he sprung free.
So one difference between Melgar and Rodriguez up front there, as Melgar likes to sit in between the center mids and the fullbacks, or the full defensive players. So he likes to sit in between in that little gap. The camera can kind of see him on the right side of the screen there. He's got a lot of space around him. Camilo likes to play way up front, basically sit beside the central defenders. So definitely a bit of a different play style, but effective in different situations around the field.
So that one's kicked across the street. I think we got a spare ball or two around here somewhere.
Yeah, if those balls hit a car, those are hard, fully inflated balls. They will cause damage.
Sweep throws it in. Sharif will double back.
CMU putting on some pressure now high up the field, but they can't let that happen. They can't be beat like that one-on-one, because now BU has a bit of space with all those CMU players committing to the pressure.
There's Wood.
Oh, didn't want to play the advantage. Actually, a foul against BU. Strange call, but the ref obviously saw something we didn't. Again, I call these little gifts because BU, with their play style, they want to pressure, and on a free kick situation like this, the pressure's gone. They have to fall back.
There's Noah Schindel sliding to gobble that one up. Bobcats, Melgar kicking it long distance, and in a foot race they go.
Beautiful ball there.
Gonna put it towards the front of the net. Ooh. And Bartel saw that one square into his mitts. And Aquino ran out of room.
So I'm not sure if we had another substitution on the side here, but we have, who do we have here?
I think it's Johnny, I think.
Johnny, yeah, Johnny's made an appearance now. I'm not sure who he would have taken off on that far side.
He went off for Carter Weeb.
Oh, yes.
No, I didn't even see that. No, he didn't either.
No, Carter's right there, yeah. So we have a bit of investigative work to do.
It is.
What's, yeah, Sam Whitstein is off.
Sam's gone.
So this is the time of year where injuries, fatigue is all setting in, so they're...
Well, well, like I said, Wednesday, Saturday, and then today.
Yeah, that's
so.
A
Do you
tough
think
play
maybe
schedule.
that might
100%,
be playing into it a little bit?
Yeah, they're definitely just using that depth that you talked about earlier, Tyler, and they're looking to just get some minutes on their second string players to be ready if an injury does occur, to keep them up to snuff with game type situations. So that's a good strategy by the coaching staff over there at BU.
So Andrade lines up his target.
Bartel lining up his wall.
And here we go. Andrade puts it right into the back of the net. Andrade, bang, and the Bobcats lead 2-0.
Great shot there. Goalie, I assume, was expecting the far side to be where he put the shot on net, but decides to go short side and sneaks it in that post. Beautiful shot, bending shot as well, so that's bending away from the keeper.
I tell you, these Brazilians are turning into bulldozers for the Bobcats. You got Souza between the pipes, and Andrade lighting the lamp there for BU. It's 2-0 for the home side.
And yeah, he's with Camilo off. He's going to be the free kick taker from now on. So he's doing on both ends of the field. Calm, cool, collected at the back defensively, and offensively a great mind. Now that I look, Sam Whitstein is back on the field.
Yeah, we also have Victor Lambs also. He's subbed in here.
Sam is on, and I believe that Zach Wood. Nope, he's on too. No, yeah, Sam Sam is on, and Zach Woods has been subbed off.
There's Andrade, the goal scorer for the Bobcats. BU leads 2-0. Sam Wetstein dialing this one up from long distance. And at the feet of Christian Rodriguez. Ooh, a little slip there. There's Johnny Cohan, the MCAC Athlete of the Week.
I believe we had Carter Weeb sub off as well for Victor Lamb. So substitutions all across the field.
Well, I think it's probably a good idea too to, you kind of mentioned it, Dan, with, maybe the...
Oh, here we go.
I get blabbing away here and almost missed a good goal scoring opportunity, but I think it's good to get some of these younger guys in there too, right? I mean, you never know when, a little nick or a scratch on somebody's going to lead to someone, maybe key having to go out of your lineup, and it's good to have those guys getting some valuable minutes like Lamb and etc.
Yeah, especially as you kind of prepare for the next generation coming to take over. It's important to give them game type situations, because practices only go so far when it comes to game time preparation.
So Weeb kicks that one out of harm's way. Aquino thought he had a beat on it for a moment or two.
So this will be I assume a right-footed player. So this will be curling in towards the net as well. So there's potential for a shot on target. CMU desperate to find a goal here, so way too high and way too far.
And the header goes out of play. Yeah, well, I mean, we've kind of been mentioning it a fair bit here on the broadcast, but yeah, CMU needs points.
Yeah, they're looking for a draw at the minimum. And OBU and CMU from that side have struggled to find the target.
Yeah, well, for ACC, they got that 1 point lead, and there's a race for it. Bartel kicks it out of harm's way because ACC had tied St. B there. I think that was maybe a week and a half ago. I mean, that was a critical point.
Yeah,
that makes all the difference in the world.
Yeah, those draws can really skew the rankings in your favor if you. Sorry, there's a bit of action down there in the CMU end.
There's Victor Lamb.
Those draws can really skew the points in your favor if you end up having the same amount of wins, as they do count for 1 point.
Aquino made a move, and the Blazers, a little bit of open room here. Might be a scoring opportunity. Souza just gets enough of it.
Great save there. Definitely hit his either arm or hand. Just like you said, not afraid to come out and challenge. No hesitation. Wouldn't be surprised if he has another black eye.
He's got one already, and Souza's got ice water in his veins. He's not afraid to get out there.
So I think we have a left-footed player now, so this will be another tough cross here.
Here it comes. It's up in the air. Wetstein using his noggin. Liddell still has it right on his doorstep. Carter Weeb could not move it enough.
Bouncing ball. A couple bouncing balls. A couple mishits.
It was over the top of the head of Noah Schindel. It's still with Schindel, and it skipped over the top of his foot. But it still stays with the CMU Blazers here.
A lot of time for CMU left in the game, about 30 minutes. But they are desperate to get at least one goal and swing a bit of momentum back into their favor.
No, Schindel throws it in.
As the game wears on, though, we're going to see more and more resources from CMU on the attacking side of the ball. So less defenders to help at the back and more of them rushing up to try and score.
Liddell will try to pick his spot perfectly as the Blazers look to get on the scoreboard here, down 2-0.
Way too far again from that side.
One-timer and a lot of momentum on it from Katembo. It was off target.
There's nothing wrong with taking that shot as long as it's close to net, ideally on net in some way.
Johnny Cohan moves it up. And Noah Schindel again. Schindel flying solo for the moment here.
A lot of space in the middle now for CMU.
And Sam Wetstein in a foot race against Kareem. All the way down the other side of the field.
BU will be looking to keep the ball here as long as they can, both to waste time and to maybe pop one more in to make it 3-0. Get some more of their players on the field.
Andrade.
Be looking to switch the field here. Yeah, there you go. Get it out of all that white.
And Weeb has it in the corner, trying to tiptoe through the tulip garden there.
Foul there against CMU. So BU will have free kick deep in CMU territory. A bit of an awkward position, but they'll be looking for probably a left-footed player here taking this. I believe Melgar is left-footed.
I think so.
I believe he is. I would bet a large amount of money that this is a shot. And we do have kind of a half shot situation where he puts it nice and low and puts it on net, and he just kind of hopes it either takes a little deflection off a BU player just to change the direction.
So whistles off, and here goes Melgar, twisting, turning, and square into the mitts of Bartel.
Bartel's done a great job of not giving up a single rebound. Whether he has glue in those mitts or not, I'm not sure, but he's done a fantastic job of keeping the ball under control.
And here's Haywood with some room to work with, trying to thread the needle to Sam Wetstein, up to Johnny Cohan.
Oh.
Still there with Cohan. Liddell puts it up.
Those uncontrolled balls are killing CMU and their tempo. They're trying to get it up the field as quick as possible, but they're playing it up in the air. And it just allows BU to get under it or get back in position.
Kareem making the pass as the Blazers pick up some yardage here. Fired towards the net, but deflected along the way.
This will be another corner kick from a left-footed player, so this will curve into the goal. These are always a bit tough for the keeper, as they're not sure whether to. They might have to stay a bit deeper in their net than they'd like to prevent any sort of sneaky shots like this. Woo.
Yeah, going right through the crease area and right to the other side.
So again, he'll have to stay deep in his net. Wait till the ball's kicked, and at that moment he'll decide whether he wants to come out.
So Liddell will give this one another try.
He's been 0 for 3 from this side. He's put it way too far and long all 3 times. Let's see if he can get it a bit lower. Oh, that's much better.
Souza got a piece of it. Just kind of batted at. And we're going to do it all over again here, Dan.
Yeah, and that's why he stays deep in his net for things like that, because had he gone out and anticipated a cross, he would have let that slide in.
So one more time.
Again,
yeah,
too deep and too far. So what is that? 1 for 5, I guess, from that side.
Yes, sir.
CMU's had better luck from this side. Looks like we might have taken a touch off somebody. Ref calls a corner.
Well, I think from the other side, I think that wind's maybe having a little bit more of an impact than we think.
And a good chance there from CMU. It looks like, yeah, another corner. So a defensive deflection there. That was an excellent corner, though. Low, hard, and just a slight deflection almost put it into the net. Doesn't take much.
So a little deja vu action here.
Another one. That's 1 for 6 from that side. He's put in a threatening position.
Blazers still control it, though. Haywood's there, along with Christian Rodriguez at the feet of Kareem. And that was Noah Schindel that tried to advance it. And then Victor Lamb.
Well dealt with by Victor Lamb there, and a good opportunity for CMU. You can see the pressure. They're looking for a goal here.
Yeah, this is probably the longest that they've been in kind of the Bobcat zone here.
Yeah, and a gift here from CMU. A little shove, knowing that he wasn't going to get to the ball. Allows BU to get a free kick and dump it down the field and release the pressure.
And Christian Rodriguez in hot pursuit. Lost the edge that time. And another potential turnover there. That one really bombed.
Yeah, and that is exactly what CMU want to do. They just want to get it back into BU territory. Offside though, unfortunately. So it gives BU a bit of time to recover and get back into their positions. And dump it right back down.
Andrade searching.
Beautiful ball. Look at that, right on his foot.
Yeah, Cohan.
Oh, bad touch though.
Yeah, soft feet of Johnny Cohan.
He's got to do better with a gift like that. Beautiful from Andrade. All right, CMU about to be pressured. We know what's coming. Here they go. What are they going to do?
Noah Schindel.
They're going to try to kick it up.
It was Cote, Cedric Cote, number 5. Now it's Kareem with the header. And Noah Schindel's got to make a move on it now with Rodrigo Melgar right in his grill.
And that's perfect defending there, letting the ball trickle out, knowing it came off a BU player for another goal kick. So we'll see it again, what they try to do here. Those dumps out of their territory, just a nice high kick, has been effective. Because BU, look at them all swarm now. Kick it over top of their head and they are out of trouble.
And here go the Blazers on a breakout. Liddell sliding play by Sharif.
Sharif with a great defensive effort there. Perfectly timed.
And Weeb throws it into Haywood. Skipped over the top of his foot. Liddell had it, number 8. And now it's Aquino. Johnny Cohan.
I imagine this, if I was CMU, I'd get this, bounce it once, and then kick it as hard as I can down the field.
And Kareem taking his time, kept it low.
Yeah, that's effective.
Cote sends it on up ahead. Aquino is there, along with Cote.
Ooh.
Victor Lamb.
Victor with a good touch going across his body.
And O'Shindle rising to the occasion. This
Get
one,
it! Oh, right on top of our tent. On top of our tent and into the parking lot.
yeah, that's the Westman Communications Group tent that's built tough. Nothing even a meteorite couldn't even get through this thing to protect us there, Dan.
Yeah, and like I said, these balls, these soccer balls that we use are out of some sort of hard plastic. Filled with probably 100 psi. What you see when a player gets hit in the face or in the body, it stings, but it also can cause an injury.
It leaves a bit of a welt, eh?
Oh, yes. Beautiful back and forth here by BU. Unable to finish though. Melgar does a good job keeping it in. CMU does a great job of kicking it out.
Yeah, Noah Schindel again there. He actually came up to me and said, "Oh, I got some friends and family that want to make sure we don't want to miss the game here." So I was letting them know where people can find the broadcast and all, either on the YouTube page or on WCG TV if you're a Westman Cable subscriber.
Yeah, and we got CMU again trying to play it up the field any way they can.
Yeah, that one took a nice little bounce right into the waiting feet of Andrade.
Yeah.
A little backspin on that one. Just when you thought it was going out of bounds.
His decision making has been crucial this game. When to challenge, when to sit back for BU.
Yeah, he's been really noticeable. I thought he played pretty well, on Wednesday, but he seems to, his confidence is ever growing here. You can just kind of see it just in his body language and tempo out there.
Yeah, and again, some amazing passes across the field.
Well, Kareem and Sam Wetstein collide.
Yeah, and this will, I imagine, be the last straw, if not the last straw. Yeah, there it is. A warning. A little too aggressive without going for the ball. Goalie yelling 4. Not sure if he's playing golf, if he wants. That'll be 4 players in the wall there.
You got Camilo Rodriguez coming in back into the game as well.
And you know exactly why he chose this moment. It's for the free kick. He's going to be taking this. Unless the wall's set up in a way to prevent it.
And it was Sharif that came off for the Bobcats.
Okay, so that'll be 3 at the back then for BU in terms of defenders. So they'll be looking to maybe put another goal or 2 in the back of the net here. Or maybe try a different formation. BU tends to play a 4-4-3. 4 at the back, 4 in the midfield, 3 up at the top.
And they go with Andrade. It's deflected back with Andrade again. Kept it low, and again, Bartel soaks that up.
Yeah. There's one thing CMU can be proud of. It's his lack of a rebound.
Yeah, he hasn't had one loose ball at all.
Nope.
He's been pretty solid.
He's done his best back there to scoop up everything and give BU nothing with their probably 7, 8, 9 shots on net. He's given up 0 rebounds.
Carter Weeb with some open real estate. And Weeb will look to throw it out. Gonna belong to the Blazers.
So we'll see here again what CMU tried to do to get out of trouble.
Katembo tried to advance it, and back where it started from with Katembo.
Jabati. Again, Haywood and Woods are crucial to the development of the ball and the progression of BU's offensive capabilities here. And the defenders for BU know exactly where to put it. And they're looking for Woods or Haywood to make a play up the field.
It's 2-0 right now for the Bobcats. Camilo Rodriguez scoring his 11th goal of the season in the first half. And then Andrade made it 2-0. So Andrade will line this one up.
This will be a nice deep ball into probably Melgar or Camilo. Right in the middle there. I mean, Haywood's up there as well.
Kicks up and away. Carter Weeb racing out to get it.
Carter's got to head that back in as soon as he can.
Katembo trying to move it still with Carter Weeb. Weeb with some speed. Ooh, Sam Wetstein. There's Cohan with the header. And eventually goes out of play.
Looks like an offside call here. Yeah. So Sam might have rushed in there a bit too early. But he was chomping at the bits there to volley that in. All right, CMU, what are you going to do here? Short pass. Another short pass, and there's the pressure causing a turnover. Putting CMU in more trouble.
Yeah, Cohan, a thorn in the side of the Blazers.
They have to play that long ball over the top or else they just can't get out of pressure.
Carter Weeb again. He had losing his footing there was Ajaya.
That's a gift. Gets BU into trouble now and CMU out of trouble.
Oh, that was perfectly placed. Liddell might have a chance. That one just skipped over the top of his foot. Just lost the handle on it in the last possible second. Victor Lamb and the Bobcats are in transition. Lamb's seeking the far corner.
So it looks like Camilo's in more of a central midfield role right now. Camera kind of picks him up, floating around in the middle there.
Yeah, we also got Julian Desangramel, number 7 for the Bobcats from small town Notre Dame. He's also getting some minutes here for the Bobcats.
Yeah, we'll see a lot of in those substitutions, mostly to prevent injury, but also to just give some moment or minutes to some of the young players that are earning it in practice.
Camilo Rodriguez Trying to find the edge here, thinking he wants an even dozen goals on the year.
Beautiful tackle, no penalty there. That was an amazing tackle.
And Bartel.
Hands with, there has to be glue on them, because that's, that is a beautiful, beautiful save and a good.
Yeah, maybe some tar, you never know. You know what, I think it's all naturally talented.
Yeah.
Natural raw talent from Bartel here, who's held down the fort pretty good here.
Yeah, as good as he can, except on that breakaway there from Camillo in the first half and a free kick here in the second half. But we'll see this from Camillo. It looks like the only one standing over it. I imagine this will be one of those half shots where it's a nice hard low shot, looking for a BU player to just change its direction at the last second. Doesn't have to be a big deflection, or you might go for it all here.
You can see Bartel back in there as well. He's making sure that all of his teammates are lined up the right way as well there.
Yeah, only two in the wall too, so this is a bit risky here, knowing that Camillo's probably going to shoot this.
So Bartel, he's waiting for it, and he's got it.
10 for 10 on rebound control. Not a single rebound.
Yeah, Bartel, the human eraser there, with another good stop.
And he's left-footed too.
That one's up sky high, into the wind though. The wind caught that one a little bit as the breeze kind of picks up here a little bit. Aquino, number 10 there for the CMU Blazers. Now it's the Bobcats right back into CMU territory. It is young Desangramel over to Haywood. Haywood trying to eke his way through, got tangled up into the barbed wire, and Kareem kicks it across up to midfield, and here go the Blazers. Nope, spoke too soon. Andrade hasn't. Now Desangramel.
Oh, don't agree with that call, but time across the field. A couple good tackles here by CMU to prevent some dangerous situations. Melgar looking to go off here, and Morgan Terry subbing back on. This time not in the goalkeeper position. See where he fits in the field here. Camillo might shift up, and Terry might sit centrally in the midfield.
Andrade's kick right on the money and right into the waiting arms of Mr. Bartel.
We gotta get an inspector over there after the game, because no, that's really well done by the CMU goalkeeper there. Rebound control is one of the toughest things to practice.
And there's another one.
Wow. Scooped up.
Yeah, Bartel putting on a show here.
It's funny because he kind of stares down the shooter as he gets up too with the ball in his hands.
A little ice water in his veins too, and saying that about Souza, and Bartel's cut from the same cloth.
And it's going to be good for CMU to find something positive out of this. There are quite a few things that they've been doing quite well throughout the game, and their goalkeeper's been, when he can, he's been a rock.
Yeah, well, and you know what? It's only a point. That's here's a chance there that the Blazers are trying to clear out of the way. You know, you're only a point back of ACC. There's still a whole month in the season to go, and that one did not go out of play. Victor Lamb might have a chance at it, seeking his first ever Bobcat goal.
So that means Morgan Terry is up front now. Camille's sitting in the midfield, not changing position there, so giving him a different role.
Thrown in by Weeb, and right back where it started from with Weeb. Oh! Weeb taking that one like a champ from Aquino.
No intention for the ball there, so that's why the yellow card comes out. CMU are going to have to be careful here with the accumulation of yellow cards through the season. Might end up with a suspension for some players.
Yeah, that wind, it's
trying to block it out here, but
yeah, Camillo's got it. He's going to have it at his wind's at his back here.
CMU now with the change. Looks like number 3, Katembo, going out, and number 2, I believe, Aaron Dirksen coming on. So that'll be a defensive change.
And Camillo lets it fly. It's twisting, it's turning, and Bartel finally gave up a loose ball. He is human after all.
He is, yeah, but that's... oh, ends up being a goal kick, I guess. That is a tough save to make. Tough rebound to control with the ball bouncing right in front of him. He did a great job judging it to try and steer it away from goal, but to contain that rebound is something totally different.
Here's Camilo Rodriguez deking around the defenders, and he puts it in the back of the net. Very nifty, nice goal. Camilo Rodriguez, now an even dozen goals on the MCAC campaign. The goal-scoring leader lights the lamp one more time. He's got a multi-goal scoring game again here for the Brandon University Bobcats.
Yeah, and well-deserved, hopping on top of that loose ball. Again, created by the pressure from BU on the CMU defenders. As soon as they get it, they're looking for forcing CMU to make a bad pass, and that's exactly what happened.
3-0 Bobcats.
Nothing like a victory with a clean sheet on the other end to boost the confidence.
Yeah, well, so far, Souza on the BU side of things has yet to give up a goal in his young Bobcat career so far.
Yeah, I guess you'll have to try and beat my record. I think I allowed 6 goals in a season once. That was the lowest for a season. I'm sure he's on his way to beating that, though.
Well, Dan, you were a gentleman and a scholar with us, my friend. And you've picked up the broadcasting game like no one else I know for play-by-play soccer, color commentating.
Well, it's fun. It's fun to be back here and not only helping the broadcast team, but also helping just soccer in Manitoba. Giving us a bit more of a voice here. Camilo looking for number 3. Had an open man on the right side, decided to cut back.
Bobcats, oh, I thought they were going to keep putting the pressure on there, and then we got a whistle.
Yeah. You can see BU ready to pressure the moment CMU makes a pass or gets the ball. CMU now looking to hopefully at least put one in the back of the net.
Yeah, they like to play the role of spoiler here and ruin Souza's potential shutout bid for the weekend. For the week, I guess.
We're heading into the final few minutes here of the game. Ooh, good try there. Good turn, but just couldn't keep his feet, looks like. Good team guy.
So Andrade moves it over to Victor Lamb. Lamb gets it to Zong Gramel. Thought he was off to the races. Trying to thread the needle here. Can the Blazers put one in the back of the cage?
Good idea there with the layoff up top. That'll be Cabrera with a shot that he probably wants back. Souza now looking to play it short and see, oh, again, great body feint there by Andrade. Creates the space, and now he's got time to put it up. Doesn't quite hit the mark, though.
Yeah, Camilo's goal came in the 85th minute, so time winding down here as the Bobcats look to make it 7 consecutive victories.
Got a little substitution in the last couple of minutes here. CMU. Pasowicz coming off for it looks like number...
So Lamb will throw that one in. Skimmed off the top of the head of Morgan Terry.
Goalkeeper ready to just boot this up, get it out of harm's way, and hopefully get something, but it's coming right for us.
Yeah, a little sidewinder there.
In the garbage can.
Yeah, it hit one of the trash bins here.
Yeah, ball coming in here. So BU will be looking to probably just drain the game right now. Look for hold up and maybe an extra goal, but nothing too strenuous on those bodies that have gone through 3 games in, I guess, 5 days.
Yeah, it's been a pretty solid week for the Cats here. First place in the standings, and we'll have 7 straight wins under their belts here in a few minutes. Here's Kareem, Zongramel, and Bartel scoops it up one more time.
I love his baseball throw.
He's got a good arm.
He does, yeah. He's got gloves of glue, and then when it's time to throw it, he's pretty accurate with that baseball throw. Good move there.
Yeah, well, maybe a little chink in the Bobcats' defensive armor there, but still nothing to show for it for CMU. Victor Lamb one more time.
Liddell doing all he can to get CMU on the scoreboard here.
Here's Noah Schindel. And back the other way. Oh, off the back of the foot of Morgan Terry, and ricochets across midfield. And here comes BU one more time. Morgan Terry trying to get around Dirksen. No dice there. Dezon Gramel to Camilo Rodriguez. To Haywood. Haywood hammers it. Here's Johnny Cohan, the MCAC Athlete of the Week.
So it goes out for a goal kick there.
Some good minutes from Johnny Cohan here today.
Yeah, Johnny doing good on this far side. A couple touches he would have liked to have back, I think, but he is more than happy with his positioning, I believe. He's been in the right place at the right time. Been on the receiving end of quite a few long balls here to spring himself free.
So Camilo places that one very delicately.
This will be a hat trick.
And
he's going for
deliver.
Oh,
and Bartel, there's a rebound, and in the back of the cage it goes. Carter Weeb. And Bobcats make it 4-0 lead.
Yeah, and that's what can happen from a good corner. Corner that had potential to be flicked on, had to be dealt with, and falls to the foot of Carter Weeb, who puts it in the back of the net there, and it ended up being the last play of the game.
Last play of the game scored by Weeb, and that makes the final 4-0 for the Bobcats. They've won 7 consecutive games and continue to lead the MCAC standings. We're into the month of October, and it's the final month for MCAC men's soccer. Regular season winding down, and that conference championship Final Four is on the horizon. Bobcats continuing to gain momentum towards that. They win it 4-0 over the CMU Blazers here at HLC Field. That does it for the men's contest. Women's game is coming up for you next.